Okay.
Now, right. Hello, Tim Randall here once again from Links Magazine's, broadcasting from Tavistock. And I'm with Katherine Wing from Wing's Accountants, who are also based in Tavistock. Hello, Katherine.
Hello, Tim.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you today?
Yeah, very good, very good. So, Wing's Accountants then. So Katherine, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, from Wings Accountants, funnily enough, we're accountants. We're a husband and wife team. We work from home here in Tavistock, and we offer your usual accountancy services like VAT, payroll, tax return, accounts, sort of tax planning advice, business support, particularly for startups and things like that. So all general accountancy services, really.
Okay. Now, we're in lockdown. Clearly, there are some businesses that can operate either completely or partially. How are things for you and Andrew then? How are you able to offer the full gambit of services, or are you restricted in any way?
Well, we're very fortunate in that because we worked at home previously, we haven't had the problems of having to be away from the office. So we still have access to our phone lines, we have access to our computers, we are able to continue doing all the work that we would normally do. The difficulty at the moment for us is time pressure. Being a husband and wife team, we also have the children at home, home educating them as well on top of our usual workload. But in addition to that, we have all the additional work which has come about with the coronavirus various measures. So some of them obviously we can be involved in and support our clients by making claims, but for others it would just be supporting our clients to make the claims themselves because agents aren't allowed to make claims.
All right. So for your clients, you're able to offer them everything you were able to offer them before. Are you accepting new clients at the moment? If there are people out there who think, actually, I could do with an accountant to get me through this, and I don't have one at the moment, are you accepting a business? If people phoned you up and said, can you help us out? You still doing that?
We are, yes. We're keen to support businesses, particularly at this very difficult time. We are prioritising urgent work, so anything with an urgent deadline, of course, but also if people are looking for example, the furlough claims, that cash injection from the grant would make a massive difference to a business owner. So again, that's the sort of work that's really prioritised so that we can get that money to those clients as quickly as possible.
I know from, I'll let the cat out of the bag. I mean, you are the accountants for Links Magazines, and I know you've been a tremendous help to me when applying for grants. Why don't we just take a couple of minutes just to list through those grants that you've been involved with, that you've helped people with, that people can apply for? Should we just list them out just for everybody to listen to that?
Well, the biggest one recently has been what people call like the furlough scheme, so the coronavirus job retention scheme, which is basically where employers can furlough their employees and then claim 80% of their wages. The particular calculations for each employee can vary a little bit, but generally that's the idea of the scheme. The portal opened on the 20th of April, and a lot of people received the money within 6 days of making the claim, which meant that these businesses were able to pay the April payroll without having to try and find all this additional money. So that was great. Coming up soon is the Self-Employed Income Support Scheme. This is where self-employed people, so people who aren't employed, they run their own business, not through a company, they are self-employed, they can claim to the government for a grant. The one key difference for us for this coming grant is that agents cannot make the claim. The taxpayer themselves have to make the claim, but right. We can support them. We can sort of give them the information that we've got from HMRC. They don't need any calculations. Gosh, I was only looking at the list earlier of what information they need. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's not a lot of information. You don't have to do any calculations yourself. It's just sort of, things like you'd need your government gateway login. One key thing about that is we've been advised that if you don't have a government gateway at this point, don't go and set one up now. Use the eligibility check and then set your gateway up through there, because if you set your gateway up under normal circumstances, you will need to get an activation code, which will take 7 days for HMRC to send
Right.
to you. If you do it through the eligibility check, they have that they've stopped that requirement, so you should be able to do it instantly.
Now, the eligibility check portal, that's the one that opened on Monday this week, wasn't it?
It is, that's right, yes. Yeah.
And I
And
guess,
that,
go on, sorry.
no, I was just going to say that eligibility check will also tell you when you can make your claim from. And this varies. They are looking to stagger taxpayers making their claims. So some people might have a date on the 13th of May from 8 a.m. and somebody else might have a date of the 15th of May from midday, for example.
Okay. Right,
But,
so all of this and the links, etc., will be on the government website. So just go to the government website,
absolutely.
go to the business section. There's a neat little business section there, and this tells you all you need to know about how to apply for that. So that's for the self-employed. We of course had some grants, didn't we? There was the grants if you were in a business or rented in the business that had a business rate relief grant.
Yep.
That was £10,000. The one above that was £25,000, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
We've got.
There are also the loans.
Yes, the loans. Yes.
But loans don't suit everybody. So if you're not sure, my suggestion would be to contact your accountant and see if that would be a good thing for your business. Because obviously a loan is a loan, it's not a grant. It will need to be paid back at some point. And so it's considering whether or not that's something that you want to sign your business up to.
Yeah. Now,
the new
go on, sorry, Catherine, go on.
I was just going to say the new bounce back loans are very, very good.
And they seem to be quite popular, don't they, at the moment?
They do. People are seeming to still experience problems with certain banks.
Right.
In that the original application may be more simple, and then they're adding in an extra layer of something that's making it more difficult. But yes, they are seeming to be a lot better than the coronavirus business interruption loan scheme.
Now, it seems to me that bounce back loan, which is anything up to £50,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's 6 years to pay it back, I think, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
2.5% rate.
That's right.
Yeah. And nothing to pay in the first year. Mm-hmm. That's very attractive. I mean, for my business, I mean, I'm hoping and I'm praying that if we get some good announcements on Sunday and we start to ease the lockdown and etc. And we're planning to publish our next printed magazine, probably our July-August issue. But I've looked at it and thought, well, would I be tempted to do that? Now, I hopefully will need to take a loan out, and I don't want to burden my business with debt, no matter how attractive that debt is. I mean, what would your advice be to businesses who are thinking about it? Would you say tread carefully, really don't do it if you don't need to do it?
No, I wouldn't say that. I would say if you're considering it, certainly get in touch with your accountant if you've got one, talk it through with them and see if they think that it's a good idea. They're the best people who know your business best to advise you on what to do. I mean, ultimately the decision is yours, but you can discuss how your business is generally and how it has been affected by coronavirus. And through that discussion, then you can decide whether or not it is the right thing for you.
Right. Okay. So anything else, any other advice for our listeners, our viewers, our readers of the magazines?
On an accountancy perspective, it would be along the lines of taking this time to have a look at your business, to contact your accountant if you've got one. As you've said, explore whether or not any of these schemes would be of benefit to you if your business is suffering because of coronavirus. And generally to take that time that you don't normally have when you're too busy in your own business that actually you neglect the financial side of things. Take that time to have a look at it, to tidy things up, to go, okay, let's take stock of where we are now, where we want to be, things like that, really.
Mm. Yes, I was talking to another business the other day, and we were saying that it really, really makes you stop and think about every part of your business, every cost line of your business. Did I really need that? Do I really need that in going forward? And yeah, because as you grow a business, you add all these levels of cost in there, and it just all mounts up. And it's only when you have 6 weeks or whatever it's been to actually stop there and think about your business, you think, possibly in the new world, in the new normal, maybe some of that could be different. So it is. You're right. We do need to stop and pause. Anyway, there you go. Got all very serious for a minute then. You're right. So and family life good?
It is, yeah. Like I said, because we worked at home, our transition has been much smaller than a lot of families.
Yeah.
The children are enjoying being at home. They're very good with the home learning. They enjoy the academic side of things. I mean, you might expect that, really, children of 2 accountants.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
but, but no, it's really nice. And it's difficult in some ways in that we're very much, one of us is working, one of us is on the children a lot of the time, but we are still finding time to spend as a family together. And that's really precious. That time without having to rush off to this class or that class or this lesson or this group. It's been really nice, actually.
Yes.
And I think I do hope that for a lot of people, it will help to change the perspective of this sort of hamster wheel life that we were all in, that perhaps moving forward, we can have a little, well, not necessarily a slower life, but a better quality of time that we use rather than rushing here and there. It'll be lovely. But again, we're getting a little bit deep here, aren't we?
I know. Well, we've badged and billed these as sort of 3-minute interviews, but I think we've gone way over that. So there you go. I hope whoever turns onto this has made it to the end. Anyway, Katherine, thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate that. So it's Katherine Wing from Wing's Accountants, based in Tavistock, open for business. If you need help, call Andrew and Katherine. Brilliant. Okay, so just stay there a second, and we're going to finish now. So thanks very much, everyone. Bye-bye now.